Hello friends, you're welcome to class today. Today we'll be talking about solving quadratic equations using the completing the square method. Solving quadratic equations using completing the square method. Alright, we already have an example on the board. I'm going to show you how to just solve it simply. Alright, no derivations, just solve. Alright, 6x squared minus 17x minus 10 equals 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. How do I know? Because the highest power of x here is 2. Okay, so this is a quadratic equation and has 3 terms. Okay, the first step of solving this is we'll take our constant to the other side. We have 6x squared minus 17x. When this our constant crosses over, it becomes, no, this is minus. When it crosses over, it becomes plus 10. Right, we can always ignore this. Okay, so it becomes 10. Now, why did I say the constant? Because it's not having a excuse me, it's not having an unknown or a variable, which is x, so we call it a constant. So when it goes over to the other side, it becomes 10. Right, so the next step is to divide through by the coefficient of x squared, which gives us 6x squared over 6 minus 17 over 6x equals 10 over 6, right? Okay, with this we know we cancel out, right? So we have x squared minus 17 over 6x equals 10 over 6. Okay, so the next thing to do is to take out our coefficient of x, multiply by half. Now, what's the coefficient of x? Is the number we can see in front of x, which is this. Okay, so that gives us minus 17 over 6 multiplied by half. We have, there's nothing that can cancel out here, so we have minus 17 times 1 giving us minus 17. 6 times 2 gives us 12. All right, so this we're going to square it and add it to both sides of the new equation that we have. Gotten our coefficient of x and we squared it. Sorry, we took half of it and it gives us minus 17 over 12. Now let's square that coefficient. We have minus 17 over 12 all raised to power 2, right? Notice the same thing as minus squared and 17 over 12 squared, right? Okay, so this minus times minus is plus, so this is what we're going to add to both sides of the new equation that we have on the side. We'll have x squared minus 17 over 6x plus, this gives us, right, 17 over 12 all squared. That's on the left hand side. Now on the right hand side, we already have 10 over 6 here. We'll have 10 over 6 plus 17 over 12 all squared. Okay, so what we'll do next is to open our bracket. We'll take one of the x's here. We'll take the value inside the bracket here. I will have 17 over 12. Then the sign in the middle will be the sign in front of our x, sign in front of the coefficient of x. Alright, then we'll put our squared equals, this gives us here right hand side 10 over 6 plus 289 over 144. How? This is 17 squared, that's 17 times 17, 12 times 12, 12 times 12, 144. Okay, so on this side we have to solve our right hand side first, so that will give us x minus 17 over 12 raised to power 2 equals, take our LCM, 144. Now 6 goes into 144 24 times. 24 times 10 is 240 plus this into this is 1 times this 289. All right, x minus 17 over 12 all squared equals, when you add these two, you're going to have 529 over 144. Okay, now to remove a square from one side, we have to take the square root of both sides. So that will give us x minus 17 over 12 all squared. Like I said, we take the square root of both sides. Take the square root, so that will give us 529 over excuse me, 144. This will cancel out. So we're left with x minus 17 over 12 equals square root of, this is the same thing as square root of 529 over the square root of 144. This will give us 23. The square root of this is 12. Okay, but remember, you have your plus and your minus sign in front of it. Why is this important? Because plus 23 over 12, if you square plus 23 over 12, it will still give you 529 over 144. If you take the square also of minus 23 over 12, you're still going to have 529 over 144. Okay, so I want my x to stand alone. What I do is I'll take this constant term to this other side. Remember again, since it's crossing to the right hand side, I'm going to have a positive value. So 17 over 12 plus or minus 23 over 12. Now what this means is I have two possible answers here. Okay, I have two possible answers here. So what I'll do is I'll break them down. I'll say therefore either x is equal to 17 over 12 plus 23 over 12, or x is equal to 17 over 12 minus 23 over 12. Okay, so you can see I just shared it, plus or minus. Let's work with the first. X equals 17 over 12 plus 23 over 12. Remember, we take our LCM, it's still 12. Okay, that will give us 17 plus 23. Why? The LCM, the numbers at the bottom are the same, so you just add up the values on top. That will give us 40 over 12. Dividing through, you have, divide this by 4, you have 10. Divide this by 4, you have 3. Alright, so we've gotten one of the values for x. So let's get to the other one. Or x equals 17 over 12 minus 23 over 12. Again, our LCM is the same, so you just work on the numerators. Okay, now 17 minus 23, that will give us minus 6 over 12, which will definitely give us x equals, dividing through by 6 here 1, 6 here 2, you have minus 1 over 2. So you say therefore our x equals 10 over 3, or x equals minus 1 over 2. That becomes our final answer. So you can see it's quite easy to solve a quadratic equation using completing the square method, but it has proven to be difficult to many students. Right, as I'm doing this today, it's very easy. I'll go over the steps again in 1 minute, 2 maybe. All right, so when you have your quadratic equation, you take out the constant, take the constant to the other side. Whatever the sign is here, it will change when you get to the other side. All right, thereafter you divide through by the coefficient of x squared. Coefficient of x squared is simply the number attached to x squared. All right, so when you've gotten you have a new equation as such. So the next thing to do is you take out the coefficient of x. What's the coefficient of x? It's the number that is attached to the x. All right, so I brought it out, minus 17 over 6, and I multiplied by half. No, you can't cancel out here. So what you do is minus 17 times 1 is minus 17. 6 times 2 is 12. All right, so after getting this, the next is you square it. Now I'll take the square of it, which is minus 17 over 12 all squared. Remember, I can break it down to be minus squared, 17 over 12 squared. Minus times minus is plus, so that gives me 17 over 12 squared. All right, so this new square, this square I have now, I'm going to add to both sides of the new equation that I have on this side. All right. I'm going to add to the two sides of the equation. That's why I have x squared minus 17 over 6x plus this equals 10 over 6 plus 17 over 12 all squared. All right. So how do I get this? I'll take one of my x here. I'll take the value in the bracket. I'll put it here. Then I'll take the sign in front of the quotient of x and I'll put it in the middle here. This represents this. How did I know? Probably in my next video I'll show you how. Right, so if I expand this, I'm going to have this. Okay, so I'm done with this side. On this side I just have constant values, so I can easily solve this. This is the same thing as 17 squared over 12 squared. So you have 10 over 6 plus 17 squared is 289, and 12 squared is 144, which will give me 240 plus 289. How? The LCM of 6 and 144 is 144. 6 into 144 is 24. 24 times 10 gives me 240. 144 into 144 is 1 times 289 is 289. When I add both values, I'll have 529. 529 over 144 becomes my answer on the right hand side. Now on this side I still have my squared value, but I want to take my square off. Why? Because the what I was asked to find, what I'm actually looking for here is x. All right, so I'm looking for my x. So what should I do? Not my x, please. I'm looking for this x. Okay, so the next thing I'll do, opposite of square is square root. So I'll take the square root of both sides. Right, so taking the square root of both sides, I'll have x minus 17 over 12 equals plus or minus 23 over 12. How? The square root of 529 is 23. Square root of 144 is 12. Right, so it's even correct to add my plus or minus at this point. Okay. All right, so we have x minus 17 over 12 equals this. Okay, in other words, okay, so since I need my x, I'll take this value to the other side. I'll have 17 over 12 plus or minus 23 over 12. Now what this implies is that I have two answers here. This can mean two answers. So it says either x equals this or x equals this. So in solving for the first, x equals this, I got 10 over 3. In solving for this, x equals this, I got minus 1 over 2. So therefore I say x equals 10 over 3 or x equals minus 1 over 2. Okay, now I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, please click the like button. You can leave your comments in the comment section. Thank you for watching. If it matters, I'll leave a question with you. Please solve this and kindly drop your answers in the comments.